because it's not an easy, it's not a simple structure. It's a very complex structure, and due to its complexity, it is also functioning in a very complex manner, and it is very specific also, I can say in other words. So the structure of the nuclear core complex, that is the NPC, and the definition is it is a channel for trafficking of the small polar molecules, ions, and macromolecules. So some structure, some whole or some complex structure which is responsible for the movement of the small molecules, ions, and the different other macromolecules. Its diameter about 120 nanometer, 8 folds, rotational symmetry, molecular mass 125 million daltons, composed of the 50 to 100 different proteins called as the nucleoporins. Again, you have to at least you have to understand the different terminology that the proteins which were present, which were responsible for the trafficking in the nuclear core, they are called as the nucleoporins. And one thing I would like to mention here that whatsoever the information it is there, like diameter is 120 nanometer, 8-fold, rotational symmetry, and molecular mass is 125 million. It's actually the range, and you cannot say that it is an specific, because in different plants or in different animals, even in the different animals, or depending on the tissues, depending on the type of the work, these things can also be changed. So this may be for the particular organism and particular cells. Now come to the nuclear poles. Certain places, nuclear envelope is interrupted by the tiny structures. They are called as the nuclear poles. Number of the variables depend on the species to species and also to the cell type, as I also mentioned in previous points. They may vary from 150 to 145 square micrometer. Watson proposes that 10% surface of the nucleus be covered. So you can say that if we consider the whole nuclear envelope as 100%, then according to Watson, uh, the 10% surface is covered by the uh, nuclear pores. They are octagonal, 8 line structure it is there. So 8 different boundaries where they are. So it's the octagonal shape. The diameter varies from 100 to 1000 angstrom and separated from each other by 150 angstrom. So as I said, that there is a big range depending on the type of species, depending on the type of the tissues or the organs. Because if the function, if the particular organ is functioning continuously functioning, then the number of the trafficking will be more, and the number of pores will be more. If it is if we consider the reverse one, then the number of pores will also be less. These enclosures by the circular structure, they were called as the annuli. तो ये जो पोर्स हैं, ये एक अलग स्ट्रक्चर है जिसको कहते हैं एनुलाई और द एनुलस, ये उसके चारों तरफ हो. This is the basic structure. If you can consider it, if we consider the ribosomes, this part is actually the endoplasmic reticulum, or the rough endoplasmic reticulum where the ribosomes were present as the nuclear envelope extended. Some certain bodies are also present on the nucleus. They were called. They were also the nucleosome. The green dark structure. These are the chromatin network, and this is the nuclear lemma. As I said in the previous class, that the outer membrane it is there, the inner membrane is there, and in the below side, a thick nuclear thick membrane is present. This is called as the nuclear lemma, and this is responsible for maintaining the structure. मैकेनिकल सपोर्ट ये प्रोवाइड करता है आपके nuclear envelope go. Then whatsoever the sap is present, this is called as the nucleoplasm. And then you can see the certain structures we are present. These are called as the nuclear pore complex. And the perinucleus space, we have also discussed the outer nuclear membrane. We have discussed the inner nuclear membrane. So by the different diagrams, it will be easy to understand. So just you can see, if we consider the one nuclear pore complex, then it is continuous. There is no any kind of interruptions. First thing it is that, and it is slightly extended on both the sides, both the nuclear envelope, inner and outer, दोनों तरफ से थोड़ा थोड़ा प्रोजेक्शन है. और ये कंटिन्यूअस चैनल है, किसी भी तरीके का कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि कहीं कहीं ये ऊपर लगा हुआ है या नीचे लगा हुआ है. और वी कैन से दैट इट्स इम्बेडेड. इम्बेडेड से भी ज्यादा है, क्योंकि इम्बेडेड होगा तो वो पूरा अंदर तक ही रहेगा, बट बोथ साइड भी एक्सटेंडेड है. Now, if we consider this particular figure, then it will be more easy to understand the what actually the nuclear core complex is. Here you can see that if we consider this is the simple part. This is the simple part of your nuclear envelope. और ये न्यूक्लियर एनवलप ये आउटर लेयर है, ये इनर लेयर है. इसके अंदर वाली पेरीन्यूक्लियर स्पेस है. आउटर लेयर, इनर लेयर एंड पेरीन्यूक्लियर स्पेस है. और ये कंटिन्यूअस है. कहीं जहां पर भी इंटरप्शन है, वहां पर ये कंटिन्यूअस है. ये नहीं है कि यहाँ पर ये खत्म हो गई, यहाँ पर आके ये खत्म हो गई, यहाँ पे आके. ये कंटिन्यूअस है. फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट, एंड कंटिन्यूअस ऑन द बोथ साइड. यानी कि जो ये न्यूक्लियर कोर कॉम्प्लेक्स है, ये इंटरप्रेट इंटरप्ट नहीं कर रहा है कहीं से भी आपकी न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन को. सॉरी, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन को इंटरप्ट मीन्स कहीं से ब्रेक नहीं कर रहा है. ये कंटिन्यूअस है. इसी में ये एम्बेडेड है, फ्लावर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. एंड यू कैन सी दिस स्मॉल स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द न्यूक्लियर कोर. एंड दिस होल स्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज द न्यूक्लियर कोर कॉम्प्लेक्स. और ये ऑक्टागोनल स्ट्रक्चर है. 8 स्पाइक्स हैं, और यू कैन से दैट 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 ग्रेन्यूल्स वेयर प्रेजेंट. इस तरह का स्ट्रक्चर ये है. And this is actually the nuclear pores. This whole structure, this is the nuclear pore complex. Pore complex, it is a rigid structure present in a fixed number according to the cell types. In certain physiological status, this may changes in number. In some cases, pore complex covered by a thin membrane or the septum, which may serve as the structure for the selectively permeability. So in this case, this is actually responsible for the trafficking of the material from inside to outside, or from outside to inside of the cells. So sometime there is a septum or a thin membrane which is present, which is responsible for the movement from both the sides. Now about the size of the nucleus, most of the time, size of the pore of the nucleus, it is about 600 angstrom, and the outer layer, it is about 780 angstrom. So we can say that about 180 angstrom thick layer it is present. And this may variable, and this is the annules. As you can see that this rounded structure, these are the annules, right? And this is octagonal in nature. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 8 sites were present. And the nuclear core is octagonal in nature. The whole structure of the nuclear core complex is about 100 1200 angstrom diameter. So this is about the nuclear core structure or the nuclear core complex. Now come to the some other points also regarding this particular topic. nuclear pore complex. This is the structure. If you see in many books, it is looks like these are the octagonal structure. These the eight-sided structure is present, and this is the present in the almost ring. You can see that this is the nuclear membrane. It is folded. It is not interrupted या फिर कहीं से कटी हुई नहीं है या कोई वो नहीं है. सिंपली वो चारों तरफ से मुड़ गई है और वो कंटिन्यूअस है. दो अलग अलग लेयर. दिस इज द आउटर वन एंड दिस इज द इनर वन एंड दिस इज द पेरीन्यूक्लियर स्पेस. देन यहाँ पर जो स्पोक्स लगी हुई हैं और स्पोक्स पे ये ऑक्टागोनल स्ट्रक्चर बना रहे हैं. दीज आर द ग्रैन्यूल्स. 8 ग्रैन्यूल्स हैं और उसके ऊपर साइटोप्लाज्मिक फिलामेंट्स लगे हुए हैं. एंड इफ यू सी द बॉटम वन, द न्यूक्लियर रिंग, both side the nuclear ring is present and this is the nuclear basket जो नीचे की तरफ, that means inside the nucleus face कर रहा है. And this is this central transporter, and central transporter it is also called as the nuclear core. So this whole structure, it is the nuclear core complex. Average cell has about 400 ncps nuclear core complex. This is the another diagrammatic representation. If you can see, then it will be easy to understand. Inside the structure, this is called as the central transporters, and these are the 8 spokes, and these are the granules. So it looks like. Then the pathways for free diffusion, it is about 9 nanometer to 15 nanometer, can open to the diameter of more than 25 nanometer, allowing passage to the large complexes. Passage across NPC proteins less than 40 kilodalton pass through the NPC by the diffusion, but this is often inefficient. Larger proteins and RNA pass through NPC only selectively. Selectively, that we have discussed previous points, that certain membrane it is present, which is selectively permeable, that may helps in the movement of that kind of things. This is a micro and another structure. So these are the structures we are included to you people just to understand the things. If you can see here that it is looking like that only one layer it is present. However, there is two layers were present, and how it is fold? It folds like that. Outer membrane it is there, the inner membrane it is there, the perinuclear space is there. However, it is not shown here, but this is just to understand. These are the 8 granules, and on the granules, the cytoplasmic filaments were present, and they were forming the nuclear core. This is the central structure which is responsible for the movement of the material from inside to outside. Certain proteins were present, and the nuclear basket is present. And these proteins, as I said, these channel proteins, they are responsible for the movement or for the trafficking. Then filaments extended from both sides, forming the basket on the nuclear side. ये जो filaments हैं ये both side आपको दिखेंगे, नीचे भी और ऊपर भी. बट नीचे जो है जो टूवर्ड्स दी न्यूक्लियस जो है वो बास्केट की फॉर्म बना लेते हैं. Nuclear core complex extension may be initial cargo docking site during the nucleocytoplasmic transport. A subset of NPC components contain phenylalanine glycine (FG) repeats that acts as the docking sites for the transport factors. This is again a different figure which can also be understand which can also be helpful in understanding the nuclear core complex. Again, you can see the fibrils or the filaments were present on both the sides, but inside the by joining they form the basket-like structure. But on the outer side, they are in the fibril forms. These are the granules, and some spikes were present, and they form the rounded structure. This is again the molecular structure of the nuclear pore complex, where you can see that it is an outer membrane. This one is the inner membrane, and this space it is called as the perinuclear space. And as I said, that below the perinuclear is right, some rigid structures or some you can say that some tough structure it is present, and that is called as the nuclear lamina below the nuclear membrane. And after that, the chromatin network is present. The chromatin network is present. And on the upper side, the ribosomes were present, a ribosome were present, and this structure is called as the nuclear pore complex. And in the nuclear pore complex, we have seen how these spokes and the fibrils they were arranged and they form the channel. This is again the can be helpful in understanding the things like in case of the import. Suppose if we consider the in case of the import one, then there is a NLS cargo. It is there. Then important caryophrines, as I said, that the caryophrines were present, and these caryophrines were responsible for the movement. And then they when they join together, then only they can pass through this particular channel. And once they reached, what happens? The certain enzyme they act, and it is removed from it, and they form the particular structure. When they form the particular structure, then again they can move towards the uh, towards the outside of the cell. So REN, GDP, there are different kind of proteins, different kind of material which is responsible for the movement, or they may be responsible for the movement of the different proteins, enzymes, and maybe the messenger RNA. Here again, the REN GTP is there, REN GTP triphosphate hai, and then GTP is the diphosphate hai. So during the trafficking, they are responsible. Why it happens that we will discuss in the next slide. This is the export uh, karyoprotein, and this is the NES cargo. These are the cargoes. These were responsible for the movement of the material from inside to outside. So if this material is going to be outside, then what happens? These they join together and run GTP. It occurs. It acts, and then this structure is that kind of a structure they are formed, which can be responsible or which can easily pass through the nuclear pore complex. And on reaching this particular structure, which is called as the NES cargo, which is separated, and then REN GTP triphosphate become the REN GDP, and then again the cargo were uh, reached. So whatsoever the material it is present, there is a particular specific structure. Only that particular specific structure can be responsible, can pass through these nuclear pores. वो nuclear pores को वो structure के लिए different proteins, different cargo, and some kind of energy were also required. जब वो तीनों मिल जाएंगे, then they can pass. और कैसे होता है, then we will discuss in the next class. These are nuclear localization signals, amino acid signals, and the nuclear export signals. They are called as the NES, amino acid sequences. Energy provided by the RAN gradient, as I said, that RAN GTP, the triphosphate become the RAN GDP, and from RAN GDP, it's become the RAN GTP. RAN GEF, guanine nucleotide exchange factor, it is there. We have also discussed all these things. This is again the cycle which is showing that how these protein with the nuclear localization signal it is there, then nuclear import receptor is there, then GTP is there when they join together, and then they reach to here. and then again the RAN GTP again attached the cargo. Now it is delivered. Similarly, from here, the cargo were delivered here. This is the nuclear protein with the nuclear export signal. इसको बाहर जाना है, उसके ऊपर RAN GTP certain kind of nuclear export receptor वो लगेगा, and then they move toward the outside. जब वो वहां पहुंच जाएगा तो कार्गो अपने आप से वो अलग हो जाएगा और न्यूक्लियर एक्सपोर्ट रिसेप्टर अलग हो जाएगा जो कि रेस्पॉन्सिबल होगा फिर से जाने के लिए. And then one thing is very much important. You can see that the phosphorylation it is there, attachment and detachment of the phosphorus, and DTP and RAN GTP it is there. What actually all these things do, that we will discuss in the next slide. Just see this particular structure. This is the cargo, this is the NLS, and this is the import receptor. तीन चीजें हम अभी पिछली स्लाइड्स में देख रहे थे कि ये दो चीजें, तीन चीजें जुड़ जाती हैं. जब ये जुड़ जाती हैं तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, क्या हो जाता है? जब ये जुड़ जाती हैं तो ये ऐसा स्ट्रक्चर हो जाता है. दैट मीन्स द स्ट्रक्चरल चेंजेस अकर्स व्हेन दी these importer import receptor या export receptor या NLS proteins and the cargo जिसको बाहर जाना है या बाहर से अंदर आना, वो चीजें जब तीनों जुड़ जाती हैं तो वो एक अडेप्टर बनता है, और ये अडेप्टर जो है वो शक्ल चेंज कर लेता है. अगर ये बहुत ही लेमन लैंग्वेज में आप बिल्कुल किसी बिना पढ़े लिखे को समझाना हो तो आप ये समझा सकते हैं इस तरीके से कि यहाँ देखिए तो ये इसका डायमीटर बहुत ज्यादा है और इसको कार्गो करना बहुत मुश्किल है, इसको ये पास नहीं होगा आपकी न्यूक्लियर पोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स से. जब ये तीन चीजें जुड़ गई तो इसका स्ट्रक्चर बिल्कुल चेंज हो गया. अब ये इसका डायमीटर चेंज होने से या फिर इसकी विड्थ चेंज होने से ये इसकी विड्थ कम हो गई. ये कैसे भी मूव कर सकता है आप. सो जैसे ही ये मूव कर जाएगा, जब ये मूव कर जाएगा और इंपोर्ट रिसेप्टर हट जाएगा वहां से, एनएलएस अलग हो जाएगा, तो ये कार्गो फिर से इसी पर्टिकुलर शेप में आ जाएगा जो कि आपको चाहिए. So only what happens, even when we were discussing about the different points at the checkpoint, वहां पर भी हमने एक वर्ड यूज किया था कि फॉस्फोराइलेशन हो रहा है. यानी कि जब फॉस्फोराइलेशन हो रहा है, फॉस्फोरस ऐड हो रहा है. जब फॉस्फोरस ऐड हुआ तो उससे क्या हुआ, आपको, आप केमिस्ट्री के लोग हैं, आप लोग ज्यादा अच्छे से जानते हैं कि स्ट्रक्चरल चेंजेस होते हैं और एक एक्टिव फॉर्म होती है, एक इनएक्टिव फॉर्म स्ट्रक्चर की. तो और उसमें आपने पढ़ा होगा एक कीटो फॉर्म थी, एक इनॉल फॉर्म थी. कीटो फॉर्म जो थी वो इनएक्टिव फॉर्म थी एंड इनॉल फॉर्म जो थी वो active form थी. And only on the basis of the addition of these phosphorus, the structural changes occur. इसको टॉटोमर्स, आइसोमर्स या जो भी डिफरेंट टर्म्स आपके यूज किए गए थे, सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रक्चर्स वेयर आता. ये स्ट्रक्चरल चेंजेस हो जाते हैं जुड़ने से. जब ये जुड़ जाएंगे then they can pass through the nuclear pore complex. This is again the import and export through the nuclear port, जिसमें एक important alpha and important beta, this is the cargo, और REN BP2. तो ये एक स्ट्रक्चर बन गया. अब ये स्ट्रक्चर इट कैन पास थ्रू इट. यहाँ जाने के बाद ये कार्गो अलग हो जाएगा, बाकी चीजें फिर से दूसरी तरफ से मूव करने लगे. सो इम्पोर्टेंट प्रोटीन बी है, इम्पोर्टिन अल्फा है, रेन जीटीपी या डीटीपी है, एक्सपोर्टिन्स एंड इम्पोर्टिन्स अल्फा री एक्सपोर्टर्स. So this is the basic structure, simple structure I can say, that can be helpful in understanding the import and export to the nuclear pore complex. Trafficking through the nuclear pore complex bring into the nucleus transcription factors, proteins, and the ribosomes and spliceosomes assembly and other proteins needed for the nuclear function. Export RNA and ribosome out of the nucleus in the regulated manner. Each is exported via a specific pathway. Shuttling of the cellular proteins that go back and both between nucleus and cytoplasm, nuclear transporters, receptors, HNRNPs, etc. Pathogens, mainly viruses, unserve the nuclear trafficking machinery. Viral genome import into and out export outside the nucleus. Virus entry into the nucleus, virus exit from the nucleus, shuttling proteins encoded by the virus. Pathogen can also destroy the cellular nuclear trafficking machinery. So this is all about the trafficking of the nucleus, how the things were trafficked, or how the things were imported and exported from the nuclear core complex, and what the nuclear core complex is. So yeah, it will be easy to understand. I think you people can understand the things, and all these things I will share with you people by tomorrow or by today evening, and then please go through it, and also from different books. Again, I am emphasizing because most of the people, they were totally dependent on internet. So instead of internet, I request you to go through the different books. Only if you want to study through the internet, then if some certain relevant papers, जो डिफरेंट साइट्स पे जो स्लाइड्स बनी हुई होती हैं या जो अलग मटेरियल होता है, वो उससे अच्छा है आप कोई पेपर पढ़ लें जो डिफरेंट जर्नल्स में पब्लिश्ड है, वो कंपैरेटिवली बेटर है इंस्टेड ऑफ गोइंग थ्रू द डिफरेंट अदर मटेरियल. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम वहाँ पर प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं, या फिर जो कंट्रोवर्शियल चीज़ें हैं वो भी रहती हैं वहाँ पर, आपको पढ़ने में या फिर अंडरस्टैंड करने में प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है. सो आई अगेन रिक्वेस्ट यू, कोई भी स्टैंडर्ड बुक ले लीजिए, उस बुक को पढ़िए. अगर नहीं है तो कोई भी अच्छी क्या कहते हैं वेबसाइट हो, या तो अगर आप इंटरनेट से ही पढ़ना चाह रहे हैं, बहुत सारा मटेरियल बस ऐसे ही उठा उठा के शायद मे बी के ज़्यादा हिट्स के लिए आप पढ़ रहे हैं, बट अगर what is the difference between the chromatin network, the chromosome, the nucleosome, etc. And this is not a new thing for you people, basically, because no very much things can be expanded at this level. Only whatsoever you have studied at your class 12th level, like the packaging of the DNA, it's very simple, and uh, it is very same. Now, first of all, just for the revision, I have included a few points regarding the nucleic acid of the DNA, that it is the polymer of the nucleotide. Nucleotide, it is composed of the phosphate group, sugar, and the nitrogenous base. This you have studied very well. I don't go into the details. In case of the nitrogenous bases, they were divided into the purines and pyrimidines. The purines, they are the adenine and guanine. In case of the pyrimidines, they are the cytosine and thymine. So this is the overall structure of the nucleus. The nucleotides, they were joined together and they form the basic structure of the nucleus. Basic structure of the DNA. This is the basic structure of the DNA. This is actually the not a new thing. Double stranded structure, if we see, then the this whole structure, the sugar it is there, phosphate it is there, and the base is there, nitrogenous base. And this nitrogenous base, this whole structure, it is called as the nucleotide. This is the phosphate, this is the sugar, and this is the base. So this whole structure is called as the nucleotide. And as it is a polymer of the nucleotide they were joined together either from the 5 prime to 3 prime or 3 prime to the 5 prime in direction. So this is the single stranded structure. And as we say that this particular structure, this is another strand. Always it is in opposite direction. जो 5 प्राइम से 3 प्राइम की तरफ होगा, अगर इसका दूसरा स्ट्रैंड है तो वो 5 प्राइम से 3 प्राइम के डायरेक्शन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होगा. And both the strand they were joined together with the hydrogen bonding. This is also not new for you people. All of you have studied very well. And one thing also that adenine is always paired with the thymine, and the cytosine is always paired with the guanine. This is also important thing which we have studied at your class today. So this is the image adapted from the National Human Genome Research Institute. This is the DNA that we have seen that it's about 2 nanometer in diameter or 20 angstrom in diameter. This is called as the naked DNA. And in nucleus, it is about 110.5 meters long. ये मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुका हूँ ये इतना इजी चीज नहीं है. इजी चीज नहीं है मतलब कि कितना कितना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्ट्रक्चर है कि एक 10.5 मीटर लॉन्ग डीएनए और उसको पैक करके एक बहुत छोटी सी न्यूक्लियस जो सेल के अंदर है और सेल भी हमें दिखाई नहीं देता है. इवन द टिश्यूज वी आर नॉट एबल टू सी. तो उसके अंदर ये पैकेज है, उसके अंदर ये मौजूद है. इफ वी कम टू द अबाउट द न्यूक्लियस ऑफ द लिलीज, लिली प्लांट में अगर आप देखेंगे तो उसमें अबाउट 21.8 मीटर लॉन्ग है. बिल्कुल एक तरीके से अगर आप थोड़ा सा भी अपने जहन पे असर डालें तो बिल्कुल आपको ये लगेगा कि ये सब चीज़ें कैसे पॉसिबल हैं और सोचने पे मजबूर करेंगे कि 21 मीटर लंबा डीएनए. डीएनए कुछ भी है, मतलब कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है. 21 मीटर लॉन्ग है अगर उसको हम एक्सप्लोर करते और वो एक बहुत ही छोटे से न्यूक्लियस के अंदर मौजूद. ह्यूमंस में इट इज अबाउट 20 meters long DNA to present. Sorry. And 20-meter long DNA, which is again present in a very few micron length or few angstrom length के nucleus में मौजूद है. DNA is about 10,000 times longer than the diameter of the nucleus. The replicated chromosomes contain the single continuous DNA molecules. The larger chromosome, larger DNA, and vice versa. That means larger the longer DNA and a smaller chromosome than smaller DNA. Each base pair it is about 0.3 or 34 angstrom. Uh, they were the distance between the each base pair it is about like that. Then 60 billion base pair will constitute 2-meter long DNA in human. It is fitted in 10 micron nucleus. Just imagine 2 मीटर का ह्यूमन डीएनए जो कि 10 माइक्रोन न्यूक्लियस के अंदर मौजूद है. तो नॉट एन इजी थिंग. मेंटेन प्रॉपर स्टेट ऑफ द डीएनए. और कमाल की बात है कि एक तो इतना बड़ा डीएनए वो भी इतने छोटे न्यूक्लियस के अंदर जो कि 10,000 गुना छोटा है. एक छोटा 10,000 गुना स्ट्रक्चर उसके अंदर में आपको 10,000 गुना बड़ा स्ट्रक्चर मौजूद है और उसके बाद भी उसकी पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रक्चर पर्टिकुलर स्टेट मेंटेन है. किसी भी तरीके का कोई डिसऑर्डर नहीं हो रहा है. मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली ऑल्सो एक्सेसिबल टू एंजाइम एंड रेगुलेटरी प्रोटीन. जिस एंजाइम की जिस रेगुलेटरी प्रोटीन की जरूरत पड़ती है एमआरएनए बनता है एमआरएनए न्यूक्लियस से निकल के जाता है। तो कहाँ से बनेगा वो एमआरएनए, कहाँ से वो पर्टिकुलर प्रोटीन बनेगी, वो सारी की सारी चीजें इजीली एक्सेसिबल है। इतना थिक डीएनए, जब आप डीएनए पैकेजिंग हो जाती है तब आप देखिए कि इतना थिक स्ट्रक्चर हो जाता है कि वो जगह जहां पर वो पर्टिकुलर रेगुलेटरी प्रोटीन्स बनेगी, जिस जगह के एमआरएनए से, वहां कैसे जाके एक्ट करता है और उसको ओपन कर देता है, एमआरएनए बना देता है, और एमआरएनए फिर वहां से निकल के बाहर आ जाएगा और प्रोटीन सिंथेसिस करेगा। तो इट्स दीज आर द थिंग जो कि इंसानी जहन को मजबूर कर देती हैं सोचने और समझने के। Then the big question it is there, how it is done. How it is done. This is done by the DNA packaging in a remarkable manner. एक रिमार्केबल मैनर है, उसी में ये डीएनए को पैक किया जाता है, और वो इस तरीके से पैक किया जाता है कि कभी भी जरूरत पड़ने पर जो भी रेगुलेटरी प्रोटीन्स हैं या एंजाइम्स हैं, उसके लिए जो एमआरएनए की जरूरत है वो पर्टिकुलर जगह जाके एक्ट करे और वहां से उसको क्लीव कर दे। The chromosomes are composed of the DNA and associated proteins, which together called as the chromatin. Roger Korenberg and Thomson in 1974 proposed that the DNA in histones are organized in the repeating subunits that is called as the nucleosome. न्यूक्लियोसोम आपको पढ़ चुके हैं, इसमें आपने देखा था कि पर्टिकुलर बेस पेयर्स हैं, वो 2, 1.5 और 1 and 3/4 लीग कवर्ड है।
950.
ओके, sorry, I can stop here. Inshallah, on Thursday we will discuss the rest of the things. Thank you very much.